It is 1962, South Carolina, a front porch with no air conditioning, a screen door that does not seal, and a thermometer reading 98 degrees. Grandmother brings out a mason jar of buttermilk straight from the icebox. The condensation drips down the side. The kids on the porch fight over who turns the ice cream churn handle first. The whole summer fits in 1 hour on that porch. 25 meals, forgotten. Black summer cool down food, the plates and drinks, and frozen treats that got us through the summers before central air, before refrigerators in every house, before anyone owned AC. Number 25, cold Vienna sausages straight from the can. The cheapest cool down protein in Black America from 1940 to 1980. A can of Vienna sausages sat in the back of every Black grandmother's pantry. Pop the can, pour off the broth, eat them cold with saltines and a Pepsi. The little sausages were the snack between meals on hot summer afternoons. Kids ate them watching cartoons in the front room with the fan blowing. Grown men ate them on lunch break at the factory. Working women ate them at the kitchen table when the heat made cooking impossible. 29 cents a can in 1968. The salt and the cold and the meat got you through 3 more hours before dinner. Number 24, saltines with cold cheese and a Pepsi. The lunch when nobody felt like cooking. A sleeve of saltine crackers, a block of yellow cheddar or hoop cheese sliced thin, a glass bottle Pepsi pulled from the icebox. Saltines and cheese was the universal Black summer no-cook lunch from the 1930s through the 1970s. The salt restored what sweat took out. The cheese gave you protein without turning on the stove. The Pepsi cooled the throat. Mama said you cannot live on crackers and cheese. Then, on the hottest day in July, Mama made the same plate. Number 23, bologna sandwich on white bread with mayo. The Black summer sandwich. 2 slices of Wonder Bread, yellow mustard or Duke's mayonnaise, 2 slices of bologna, sometimes a slice of American cheese, sometimes a pickle on the side. The bologna sandwich was lunch for almost every Black child in America during the summer between 1950 and 1985. School was out, Mama was working, the fridge had a roll of bologna and a jar of mayo. You made your own, cold, soft, filling, 10 minutes to make and clean up. The bologna sandwich was independence training. Make your own lunch, wash your own plate, go back outside. Number 22, pickled pig's feet from the corner store jar. The Black summer bar fly snack, big glass jar on the counter of every corner store in Harlem, the South Side, North Philly, Bronzeville, U Street. Pink purple pickled pig's feet floating in vinegar brine, a pair for 50 cents. The vinegar shocked the tongue awake. The cartilage broke down sweet from the long pickle. The salt and acid woke up your appetite even when the heat had killed it. Grown men ate them with a cold beer. Older women bought them as a snack to take home. The jar at the corner store was a Black summer institution from 1940 through the early 1990s. Most corner stores stopped carrying them by 2000. The younger generations did not want them. Number 21, cold boiled peanuts, Southern roadside summer food. Green peanuts boiled in heavily salted water for 3 to 4 hours until the shells went soft and the peanuts inside tasted like beans. Black families on summer road trips to the South stopped at every roadside stand. $5 for a paper bag of boiled peanuts. The peanuts came hot. You ate them sitting under a tree, or you let them cool down in the cooler in the trunk and ate them at the next stop. Cold boiled peanuts in the summer were the snack that made an 8-hour drive bearable. The salt replaced what the heat took. The cold worked against the AC failure half the cars had. The shell cracking gave the kids in the back seat something to do. Number 20, pink lemonade with crushed ice, the drink the kids made. Real lemon squeezed by hand. Sugar, water, a splash of grenadine or strawberry syrup to make it pink. Crushed ice from the freezer tray, served in a tall glass on the porch. Pink lemonade was different from regular lemonade because pink lemonade was made for guests. When company came in the summer, the children made pink lemonade. The grown folks drank sweet tea. The kids drank pink lemonade. The guests got served the same as the kids. The crushed ice was the key. Cubed ice did not melt fast enough. Crushed ice melted into the lemonade and made it weaker and colder as you drank it. By the bottom of the glass, you were drinking lemon-flavored cold water. That was the point. Number 19, cucumber and onion and vinegar. The garden cool down. Fresh cucumbers from the back garden, sliced thin. White onion, sliced into rings. White vinegar, water, salt, sugar, black pepper. Sit in the bowl for an hour. Eat cold from the fridge. This was the Black Southern garden recipe that crossed the Great Migration intact. Black families in Chicago, Detroit, Philly, and Harlem still made cucumber and onion and vinegar from cucumbers grown in backyard plots or community gardens. A bowl of cucumber and onion was the summer side dish that asked nothing of you. No cooking, no fire, just slicing and waiting. Served with cold fried chicken or a bologna sandwich, it was the summer meal in a glass bowl. Number 18, cold stewed okra and tomatoes. The leftover that tasted better the second day. Mama cooked stewed okra and tomatoes on Sunday. By Tuesday afternoon, the leftovers had cooled in the fridge and gotten thick. Cold stewed okra and tomatoes on a slice of white bread was the lunch of every black grandmother in the South from 1920 forward. The cold tomato broke the heat. The okra was slick and easy to swallow. The bread soaked up everything. Most black kids born after 1985 never tasted cold stewed okra. Most black grandmothers stopped making it after 2000. Number 17, macaroni salad with sweet pickle relish. The cookout side dish that was secretly the main event. Elbow macaroni, boiled and cooled. Hellman's mayonnaise. Sweet pickle relish. Chopped boiled egg. Yellow mustard. Black pepper. Paprika on top. Macaroni salad was the universal black summer cookout side from 1955 through 1995. Mama made a giant bowl Saturday morning. By Sunday cookout, the flavors had married. By Monday lunch, half the bowl was gone. The sweet pickle relish was the black grandmother's signature. White folks made macaroni salad with dill relish. Black folks made it with sweet relish. The sugar in the relish balanced the mayo. The pickle bite cut through the cream. Number 16, 3-bean salad. The 1970s church potluck staple. Cut green beans, wax beans, kidney beans, white onion, sliced bell pepper, marinated in oil and vinegar and sugar, sat in the fridge overnight, served cold from a glass bowl. 3-bean salad was the dish black women brought to the church social, the cookout, the family reunion, and the Juneteenth picnic. It traveled well. It did not spoil in the heat. It filled 3 big bowls from one recipe. The 3-bean salad was the dish nobody asked for, but everybody ate. By the end of the cookout, the bowl was empty, and nobody could remember who brought it. Number 15, strawberry pretzel salad. The 1970s church potluck dessert. A pretzel crust on the bottom, a layer of sweetened cream cheese in the middle, a layer of strawberry jello with frozen strawberries on top, served cold in a square pan. Strawberry pretzel salad was the dessert that black women debated whether it was a side dish or a dessert. The cream cheese said dessert. The pretzel crust said side. The jello said neither. The compromise was that it could be both. Every black church social from 1972 through 1988 had at least one strawberry pretzel salad on the table. By 1995, the dish started disappearing. By 2010, most younger black women had never tasted it. Number 14, cantaloupe with salt and pepper. The black southern breakfast on the hottest summer morning. Half a cantaloupe, cold from the fridge. Black pepper sprinkled on top. A pinch of salt. Cantaloupe with salt and pepper was a Great Migration recipe. Southern black grandmothers brought it to Chicago, Detroit, Philly, Harlem. The salt and pepper on the fruit confused the white neighbors. The black families knew the salt brought out the sweetness and the pepper added the punch. Mama ate cantaloupe with salt and pepper. Grandmother ate cantaloupe with salt and pepper. The kids learned to eat cantaloupe the same way. Most younger black households stopped doing it by the 2000s. Number 13, cold pork chop sandwich on white bread, the leftover lunch. Fried pork chop from Sunday dinner, pulled out of the fridge cold Monday morning, slapped between 2 slices of Wonder Bread with mustard or hot sauce. The cold pork chop sandwich was the Monday lunch that meant Sunday had been good. If the pork chop survived the kids, the dog, and the late night kitchen raids, you ate it cold for lunch. The bone was the test. If the cold chop still had meat on the bone, you tore it off with your teeth. If somebody had already taken the meat, the bone was for the dog. That was the system. Number 12, watermelon rind preserves, the black Southern grandmother's craft. The white part of the watermelon rind, peeled and cubed, boiled in sugar syrup with lemon and cinnamon and cloves, canned in mason jars, eaten cold on toast or biscuits all winter and the next summer. Watermelon rind preserves were what black grandmothers made from the part of the melon that white grocery stores threw away. Nothing wasted. The rind became dessert. The seeds went into the garden. The flesh got eaten the same day. By 1985, watermelon rind preserves had almost disappeared from black households. The grandmothers who knew the recipe died. The granddaughters did not learn. Most younger black families have never tasted them. Number 11, hoe cakes with cold cane syrup, the breakfast cornbread, cornmeal, water, salt, bacon grease, cooked in a hot cast iron skillet until brown on both sides. Served stacked with cold cane syrup poured over the top. Hoe cakes were the breakfast that fed black Southern households from slavery through the 1970s. The name comes from the field workers who cooked them on the back of a garden hoe over an open fire. The recipe survived the Great Migration into every black kitchen in the North. The cold cane syrup was the cool down trick. Hot hoe cakes plus cold syrup gave you the temperature contrast that woke up your mouth on a summer morning. Number 10, cold buttermilk biscuit with cane syrup. Top 10, the breakfast that fed black America. A biscuit from yesterday's batch, pulled out of the bread box cold, split open, cold cane syrup poured into the middle, eaten on the front porch before the day got hot. Cold biscuits with cane syrup were the cool breakfast that the grandmother made for the kids before sending them outside to play. The biscuit was the carbohydrate. The syrup was the sugar. The cold was the trick that made the meal eatable in 90-degree heat. By 1990, most black households had switched to cold cereal and milk for summer breakfast. The cold biscuit and syrup tradition mostly died with the grandmothers who maintained it. Number 9, sweet tea with mint, brewed in the sun. The drink that defined black summer. A glass-gallon jar of water with 5 tea bags and a handful of fresh mint. Set on the back porch in the morning. Pulled inside at noon. Sugar added by the cup. Poured over ice in a tall glass. Sun tea was different from boiled tea. Slower extraction, smoother flavor, less bitter. The mint cooled the throat. The sugar gave you the energy to get through the afternoon heat. Sweet tea with mint was the drink that sat on every black Southern kitchen table from 1934. It traveled north with the Great Migration and became the drink of every black household in Harlem, Chicago, Detroit, Philly, and DC. By 1985, store-bought sweet tea started replacing it. By 2005, most younger black households had stopped making sun tea. Number 8, Big Red Soda Float. The black Southern summer dessert, 2 scoops of vanilla ice cream in a tall glass. Big Red soda poured over the top. The foam came up over the rim, a straw and a long spoon. Big Red was the strawberry-flavored soda. Black families in Texas, Louisiana, and the Deep South drank harder than any other region in America. The float version was the kids' dessert at the black drugstore counter from 1940 through 1985. The Coca-Cola float was the white version. The Big Red float was the black version. Number 7, snowballs and shaved ice with flavored syrup. The New Orleans black summer treat that traveled the country. A paper cone or a cup. Shaved ice. Flavored syrup poured over the top until the cup was saturated. Sometimes condensed milk drizzled over the syrup. Sometimes a scoop of vanilla ice cream buried at the bottom. Snowballs were the Black New Orleans summer institution. From there, the recipe traveled with black families to Houston, Atlanta, Birmingham, Memphis, and eventually north to Chicago, Detroit, and Harlem. The Black Corner Snowball vendor in the summer of 1968 was a community institution. The syrup flavors were strawberry, grape, blueberry, banana, root beer. A snowball was 25 cents. The condensed milk added a nickel. Number 6, cold banana pudding with vanilla wafers. The Black Southern summer dessert. Vanilla pudding made from scratch. Sliced bananas. Vanilla wafers layered in. Whipped cream on top. Refrigerated overnight. Served cold the next day. Banana pudding was Black grandmother dessert. Every Black grandmother had a slightly different recipe. Some used Nilla wafers. Some made meringue on top. Some added a layer of sliced strawberries. The cold banana pudding was the dessert that meant somebody important was coming over. Pastor came over, Mama made banana pudding. The grown daughter came home from college, Mama made banana pudding. The kids snuck spoonfuls from the fridge between meals. Number 5, Huckabucks, frozen Kool-Aid in styrofoam cups. Top 5, the Black Bloc summer snack. Kool-Aid mixed with extra sugar, poured into small styrofoam cups, frozen overnight, sold by the auntie down the street for 25 cents each. Huckabucks were the entrepreneurial Black summer business model. One grandmother on the block made Huckabucks. Every kid in the neighborhood walked to her front door with a quarter. The flavor selection was orange, grape, cherry, lemonade, fruit punch. You ate a Huckabuck by squeezing the bottom of the cup until the frozen ice column pushed up. You bit off the top. You sucked the flavor out of the bottom through the styrofoam straw the auntie had cut. Every Black neighborhood in America from 1965 to 2000 had a Huckabuck lady. Most are gone now. Number 4, wedge of cold cornbread with buttermilk poured over. The grown folks' summer breakfast. A square of yesterday's cornbread crumbled into a tall glass. Cold buttermilk poured over the top. Eaten with a long spoon. Cornbread and buttermilk was the breakfast. Black grandfathers ate on the front porch before going to work in the field, the factory, or the railroad yard. The cornbread filled you up. The cold buttermilk shocked you awake. The salt and sour and starch hit all 3 corners of your mouth at once. This was the Black summer breakfast that most kids born after 1980 never saw their grandfathers eat. The recipe survived as a curiosity. The buttermilk and cornbread breakfast was working. Man food in a country that no longer had Black men working those jobs. Number 3, cold fried chicken from yesterday's skillet. Mama fried a whole chicken Saturday night. Half of it got eaten Saturday hot. The other half got wrapped in wax paper, refrigerated, and packed for the Sunday picnic. Cold fried chicken on Sunday was the Black summer family tradition for 60 years. The picnic basket also held macaroni salad, 3-bean salad, cucumber and onion, cornbread, sweet tea, watermelon, and a peach cobbler. The cold fried chicken was the centerpiece. The drumstick went to the youngest. The thigh went to the grandmother. The breast went to the father. The wing went to whoever asked first. The bones got cleaned all the way to white. Cold fried chicken still tastes better than hot fried chicken in the summer. Black grandmothers always knew this. The white food media discovered it in the 2010s. Number 2, watermelon with salt on the front porch. The most universal Black summer memory in America. A whole watermelon split open on the front porch. Pink flesh, black seeds, salt shaker on the railing, slices passed around to everyone sitting outside. Watermelon with salt was the Black Southern tradition that survived every migration, every neighborhood change, every generation. The salt was not optional. The salt was the point. The salt activated the sweetness in a way pure sugar could not. Watermelon on the front porch was where the family gathered after the heat broke. The grandmother sat in the rocker. The The uncle stood by the railing. The kids sat on the steps. The juice ran down everybody's chin. Nobody used napkins. The watermelon stereotype, white America imposed on Black America, was racist. The watermelon love Black America had for itself was real. The salt on the slice was the Black grandmother insisting we eat this fruit our way. Most Black families still eat watermelon. Most Black grandmothers still put salt on it. Number 1, hand-cranked peach ice cream. And our number 1, the universal Black summer memory, a wooden ice cream churn on the back porch. Rock salt and ice packed around the metal canister. Heavy cream, sugar, vanilla, sliced peaches, and a pinch of salt inside. The kids took turns at the crank handle. Hand-cranked peach ice cream was the Black family summer event. It took an hour to make. It needed 2 adults to set up. It required the kids to take turns at the handle until their arms got tired. It produced enough ice cream to feed the entire family on the porch. Fresh peaches from the tree in the yard, or from the roadside stand, or from the Saturday morning market. Peeled by the grandmother, sliced into the bowl, mashed lightly with sugar, folded into the cream right before the churning started. The peach ice cream got softer as the kids ate it. The first scoop was hard, the second was perfect, the third was getting soupy. By the bottom of the bowl, it was peach milkshake. Mama said the peach ice cream was a treat. The grandmother said it was a tradition. The grandfather said it was the only thing that kept him from missing the South. Every Black family with roots in Georgia, South Carolina, Alabama, or Florida made hand-cranked peach ice cream every summer of every year for 60 years. The Great Migration took the tradition north. Chicago Black families made it. Detroit Black families made it. Harlem Black families made it on rooftops and fire escapes. By the 1990s, most families had switched to store-bought ice cream. The wooden churn went into the attic. The tradition mostly ended with the grandmothers who taught it. But if you ate hand-cranked peach ice cream as a child, you remember the taste. The store-bought never matched it. Drop in the comments which of these meals you remember. Tell us your grandmother's recipe. Tell us the porch you sat on. Tell us the summer you wish you could go back to. Because most of these traditions are dying. The grandmothers who carried them are mostly gone. The recipes are not in cookbooks. They are in memory. Subscribe for more on the Black history we almost forgot. I will see y'all on the next one. Don't forget the salt on the watermelon.